saw, so they must be putting it in. Someone must be in there putting the piping in or something. Yeah, because there's a ladder right there. There's,
Huh?
I think there's someone down there probably doing something with the pipe.
Oh, yeah. Says pregnant here.
There might be someone down there. They're putting in the pipes or something. I don't know. Or there might be more than one person down there putting the pipes in.
Get that whole fish when you having the back
Yeah, there's someone must be in there somewhere because I saw him dug something out. See, they're digging something out. Yeah. He's doing some kind of code. He's looking down there. Safety first. I took my shower today. Like Pastor Asher's message in John 15 from 11 to 15 about the grapevine. And he said, how many took a shower? Don't answer that question. Everybody started laughing. He says, raise your hand. You got your Bible. Well, I got the one in the church, but I couldn't raise my hand because I didn't have my Bible. Ben and everyone else had their Bible. I was amazed they didn't raise their cell phone Bible app, because sometimes people are on those, which is alright. But everybody raised their Bible up in the air, including Pastor Asher. If someone would ask, why didn't you raise your hand? You raised the Bible up. I would say, well, this is on the back of the pew of the church's Bible. Holy King James Bible. It's not my Bible. My Bible is at home. I always like to let people ask me to read off from them. It makes them feel wanted. like I like to help out. Even on the internet, I help out and do the Planet Salvation and combo. Fernando P1 the same way. Art Zone Production on Facebook, and on YouTube it's Fernando P1, and then it has the word Art Zone Production. Unless they're going to use that to lower it in the hole. Come on, curtain. I was gonna say, wow, smoke. That's the cue for David Copperfield to appear on stage. But this curtain has a mind of its own. It's like it'll stay for the longest time, and then all of a sudden, when something really good, like, well, it's good I got the levitation, but but when I mention something like David Copperfield, the curtain wants to slip off my elbow, and I miss a whole bunch of smoke coming from the saw and the pipe at the same time.
That's what it's loud where you are on here.
Here we go, I get a second chance. Smoke should be coming out. There we go. Dun 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 dun. I wear my sunglasses so I dun 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 dun. And crystal smoke chamber coupled appears with dark sunshades with a white tuxedo. I just came in from LA. I brought the air with me. And then sometimes he comes in a Fonzie leather jacket with the same dark sunshades. I just came in from LA. I brought the air with me. That's how he did it at Chrysler Hall in Norfolk, Virginia. 1980s. And then the magic of the 90s, the 0-16, the blink of an eye, shadow box motorcycle, Harley Davidson appearance to Pet Shop Boys, give me one more chance, give me one. And then he used it for the imploding building. And then, after the imploding building, my oldest nephew, Raymond Eugene Smith the third, Eugene Smith, my nephew Eugene Smith, he came with me and Tommy to Chrysler, Norfolk, Virginia, and saw live Copperfield. And Dave Duncan took his girlfriend Amber to the second show. That's the adult show. We went to the family show. And the music's about the same, it's just maybe slightly different. The jokes are about similar. Anyway, me and Dave like to be on the phone and compare notes. Now we would do it through the internet. Anyway, I'm trying to think. I can't think. He made his appearance to the Shadow Box, but he did a different song. He used Magic Carpet Ride, Steppenwolf. On YouTube, they use it for a military song, like World War I, World War II, stuff like that, and today's war. Anyway, back to us saying, and my nephew William got to see the Mickey Mouse Magic Show. He enjoyed it. I'm glad it was on YouTube so that I can share to my niece Bobby what she missed and jar William's memory. I didn't even know about that magic show. Tommy knew about it a long time ago. He sure can keep a secret. Anyway, and he said he knew it a long time. I said, well, you're good at keeping a secret, I can't do that. Anyway, in heaven all is going to be revealed, the good and the bad. It'll be like watching a TV set or a movie of your life. Anyway. And it cuts like butter. Copperfield used the test conditions to the Magic Carpet ride. And now for America's Got Talent, he uses a different song for the shadow box illusion. Yep, they're measuring it. Just think, as Pastor Mike Astor said in a message, that God gave Noah the math and measurements to build an ark boat. And now we use measurement. Because God gave mankind math knowledge to build things and to measure. Even in cooking, my dad Marcel and music director Ken Hendrick and other people who like to cook, chefs, and my dad was a chef in the Navy and aircraft carriers and all that, and in restaurants, and the last place was the Portsmouth City Links Grill Golf Course restaurant. My dad got promoted to heaven a few days before Thanksgiving 2010. And everybody in the church says that God, capital G-O-D, needed my dad to get ready for the feast. Anyway, we can, y'all can tell they're gonna have to put a cup link on it, yeah. Then tighten the bolt. Yep. I recognize those. And put another one on it? Okay. Just like if you're working on a sink. My dad Marcel worked on a sink, putting everything together. First it was metal and then he went all plastic. Well, anyway, we get to just what they're doing. Ouch. 4 hours and 16 minutes. I was glad I was able to share everything to my relatives in Ohio and in Florida, and in other words, my whole family tree. My nieces and nephews everywhere. And my Christian friends, Tony Culpepper, Pat Bogle, Tommy, Dave Duncan. Well, later on, Michael Klein, but now Michael Klein, he's married and got more other things to do. Tommy's able to get contact on Facebook and Dave Duncan, but somehow I can't find him on Facebook on my end. It's like he's in invisibility. It's a mystery what that is. Because I used to could see him, and now I can't. Yeah, they're real busy. Anyway. And anyway, Eugene was excited when he was excited. I was praying to Jesus that capital J-E-S-U-S, capital C-H-R-I-S-T, Jesus Christ, Lord, Savior God, all capitals, that Copperfield would do the 13 people vanish portal, and he did just that. The 13 people and the portal illusion, that made my day, and made Eugene's day too. And the duck bucket, he brought some of the classics. There was one guy in back of me was in the same mind frame as me. When I first heard that
half-wax thing. I was thinking the Copper could use that for a routine on his show. And sure enough, he used Webster the Duck, DJ Duck, and used Afflex. And the guy back of me had the same great minds think alike. He said, I knew it. I knew he'd use it. And then Copper brought back his classic Mr. Rogers and Misunderstanding. And the girl was amazed that I was in sync with Copperfield doing the Mr. Rogers, the whole routine line, word for word. She looked at Copperfield, then looked at me, then looked at the Copperfield, looked at me. And that teen girl was like, how am I doing that? I'm hearing stereo. The thing is, Copperfield did it a long time ago at Christ the Hall when Bob Schofield, Christian music KTM motocross biker, took me for my first time to see Copperfield. And Copperfield used to make an appearance at Busch Gardens. I'd like to find that commercial because that would be icing on a cake. That and the Knight Rider original pilot teaser. I haven't found that either. And the second time, I think Judy Schofield went with us the second time. And then I think I went 3 times with Bob Schofield, I think. Yeah, and she'll tell me, you'll say, thanks. She said, the magic word, 3, 5 in water. Anyway. One at a time was with me and Bob Schofield. Someone said about, because we were in the balcony, but not very at the top, but just at the edge of the balcony, and the Copper's crew said, we got extra seats up here, nobody claims them. And Bob said, over here. So, and the guy let us know, and then we went down there and we got front row seats. That was God, Jesus Christ, Lord Savior God, doing that. Get front row seats, and we got to see, have some fun, and a boy and his either dad or grandpa was enjoying it together and enjoying us talking about. I would say, see that? Copper was in the stairs right there. I was mainly the bill. I got tons of books on it, and Jeannie and Matt maybe I'll show you later. And that's when I looked. I said, oh, neat, stairs. I'll have to learn more about that later on. I just saw Copper go head first in the stairs. His feet's up in the air. And later on, I realized that Copper's the only one to my knowledge that does it that way. He goes head first in the stairs instead of feet first. He was doing the spirit cabinet tall tower thing. It was pretty neat. Where the girls slide down the pole. And then he appears in the barber chair and spins around. And he's in the chair. Look, CBS showed that very routine, and he used a crystal smoke chamber, not the sling glasses one, but he used Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom because that was more of a Chinese or Japanese theme song. So if you switch it to Corey Hart with my sunglasses at night, you can get the gist of how he makes his appearance at Chrysler Hall in Norfolk, Virginia, to that song with that same crystal smoke chamber with a pongee leather jacket with sunshades, or a white tuxedo with a red or pink flower in his pocket with the same dark sunshades, and saying, either with the coat or with the pongee leather jacket, he says, I just came in from L.A. I brought the air with me. But for the motorcycle, he shadowizes it in shadow box, and he says, I just drove in from L.A. I brought the air with me. Copper City's he's from New Jersey. That's interesting. The pastor at Astor City is from New Jersey. On the farm at Pastor Wilco is in New Jersey on the farm. That's pretty neat. And Copper even did that. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. B-I-G-O, B-I-G-O, B-I-G-O. Bingo was his name. And he said, while we're here, why don't we say Kumbaya? And then that's when he said, I was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was. And he said, it's time to go to our warehouse. Tonya Spina, she's a Christian Lady of Luna's choreographer and mostly on Copperfield Delusions. And he learned a lot from her. And she picked all the music for the TV shows and the live shows, even the TV talk shows. And Copperfield did a tribute to her. And he did a tribute to his dad, Highcock, then. And his dad even came up with the second revolving hoop idea, where the two hoops together to give the illusion that the wires, that the hoops went right over Copperfield, would prove there's no wires when there are wires. That was a good tribulation, and Copperfield appreciated his dad helping him out. So a lot of the creativity of Copperfield came from his dad's DNA. His dad wanted to be in the acting and theater and drama, so his dad probably understood theater real well. Copperfield worked with a Matulika and then wanted to go get a new one at the Lewis 10 at the magic shop, and then he saw them doing magic tricks, so he switched to magic tricks. He walked out instead of a new dummy, he walked out with a new bag of tricks. And he honed his illusion arts craft. And now he's a professional. Everybody, including me, want him to come back to CBS to do more specials. He said he'd like to come back to television. That would be cool, because he did 20 specials. I think that includes the ABC, The Magic of ABC, starring David Copperfield. That's the one that got him on the map. And then CBS, he was able to do 20 specials under his belt. Doug Henning did 7 specials on ABC, NBC World, The Magical World of Doug Henning. And he also did Merlin.
What's going on with? Oh, I see what I did. Got the wrong lights on.
in the magic show. There's a couple said that Doug did the magic show first, and later on Cupper did the Magic Man. Cupper said he sang and danced and did the magic, but they mainly wanted to do the magic the most. And all the magic that he did on there, he created himself. He got a lot of connections, and they provided the money for him to build the illusions, and he knew how to build them and to get them done. Sometimes the music and then the illusion, and sometimes the illusion and then the music. Because sometimes you'll hear music and get an idea for an illusion with it. Sometimes you'll get an illusion and try to come up with music to go with it. It goes both ways. Well, they must be having a trouble on something. They're stuck on something. Well, they'll figure it out. I have faith. Faith in God, Capital DOG, they'll figure it out.